Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about men. Why do I like them so much? What's up with that? Podcasts, we all know them. Some of us love them, some of us hate them. Me personally, I love listening to the podcast where the men just invite the most random women they possibly could find on the internet and just grill them about why won't they fuck them?
You can't divorce. I mean, that's not a real thing.
But believe it or not, there are actually some nice podcasts out there. Some podcasts that you would willingly want to listen to without being held at gunpoint. And I found one actually the other day that I think you're gonna find quite nice. So it's actually this podcast called Anything Can Be a Podcast with Taylor Cartago. Probably said that in a turbo white way, but that's okay. It's the thought that counts. Now, you might be wondering what makes this guy so special here, right? What makes this beautiful... I'm gonna stop right there. What makes him special? Well, for starters, his balls are the size of Saturn. And that's not even an over-exaggeration. Let me just show you.
Welcome back to Anything Could Be a Podcast with Taylor Cartago. I'm Taylor Cartago, and anything can be a podcast.
It would take $1 million and a hell of a lot of cocaine to get me in an elevator with a bunch of strangers just talking about the Minecraft movie. Like, I can't even film a Tibor video if I'm not home alone because I don't want anybody to be hearing me talking about how, like, dick or something. Now, if you couldn't guess it already, these people in the elevator have absolutely no fucking clue what's going on. They're all strangers. These people were just going on about their day, doing what they do. And yeah, they just found themselves in one of the greatest podcasts of all time. Genuinely though, it's been a really hot minute since I've seen a podcast or literally any piece of media that's this creative, because we're in a time in the internet, right, where creativity might not be all that important. We got the AI content, we got whatever the fuck this is right now. But seeing a unique concept is like seeing God. And I honestly can't even remember the last time I saw something this creative. And remember, I'm like 100 years old at this point. I've been on this site since its birth, so you could say I've been around. And I'm not saying that the Tibor Huge channel isn't the greatest channel of all time on YouTube, because as we all know, this is the greatest place to be here. But I sure as hell wouldn't dare call what we do here unique, so... Anyway, I just think it's interesting because Mr. Beast, a small and upcoming creator if you don't know who he is, but he got his start basically doing wacky concepts exactly like this on YouTube. The videos where he said, I think it was like Logan Paul 100,000 times, or he watched the It's Everyday Bro 100,000 times, or, you know, just wacky, out of mind, out of this world concepts that nobody would even think of. And actually, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I haven't been checking what Taylor is up to these days. Has he committed like an act of terrorism yet, do you think? Debating ancient philosophy against 4 middle schoolers. Wow, what a concept. I want to hear that.
No?
Bro's not at
You can't.
McDonald's.
Okay. Now go ahead, Bro.
What am I watching right now? Anyway, you get the idea. I don't know if this kid's in middle school or high school or whatever, but I just think his channel is so goofy. It's such a needle in a haystack. And he just has so many good ideas that are like an A+ YouTube video. I do like that you can actually see how comfortable he's getting in front of the camera, because in the first few podcasts where he's just talking about, you know, Minecraft movie in an elevator, he's pretty uncomfortable, but as he's kind of, gotten into the swing of things and gotten some success from his YouTube channel, he's getting up there. It's awesome to see. But anyway, I want to go back to the elevator videos because this is how I found this guy, and there's just some moments in there that are noteworthy. Noteworthy doesn't even describe it. They're better than noteworthy. This should really be like a 10 Commandments moment, you know? The super interesting part about the elevator videos is that as you kind of interact with the strangers in the elevator, right, you don't know how everyone's gonna react. Some people might be all for the idea. Some people might fucking hate you. But regardless of how these people feel, they all interact with it differently. And I think that part is super interesting to see. It's almost like, it almost reminds me of that Stanford prison experiment where these people are given these types of roles and you're kind of checking out how they interact in these certain situations if they're given these roles. And through the elevator videos where these people are being held at gunpoint to be part of this podcast, or I guess being part of this podcast against their will, you more or less get to see what they're about and how they interact with that sort of thing and fill that role. And some people ignore him and just continue on about their way. Others actually try and get involved. Like, there's this one clip here where he's talking about this movie or show called Hamilton, I think. I don't know, I'm not a 40-year-old wine mom. But either way, Taylor starts struggling to remember the names, and it just so happens the people in the elevator remember and start helping him out.
Like some of the later, who are the other ones? Who are the other ones? Angelica, you have Angelica, and Eliza, right? Angelica is the eldest sister. She's kind of the most...
And I know that might seem like a really small, insignificant thing, but remember, you gotta remember, these people are just strangers. Randomly walked into an elevator. This guy's got a camera taped to the wall. They're just forced to be part of this podcast. There's a whole bunch of goofy moments like that, and I really, really want to share some of them with you. Like, there's this one dude that just comes in with some talkies and sure decides, why not? Let's share them. Share the love, brother. There's another clip where this girl is probably the most polite person on the planet and actually just raises her hand to ask a question like she's in a classroom or something.
Yeah? This is Minecraft movie. Okay,
And from the bits so far that I've seen, there really hasn't been any negative people about being in the podcast. I mean, sure, you have some people that are like, oh my fucking god, this guy again? And you know, it's not like a Karen moment where they're getting all pissed and getting in his face and threatening to like kick his shin in or anything like that. It's just like a funny haha. There's one clip in particular that just, it had me giggling, dude. I was kicking my feet and laughing like a fucking idiot.
And they're like, hey, who are all you guys? Again, at this point, they haven't really met. They haven't really met, right? None of these people have met. So Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison's like, hi, I'm Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. What's your name? You're Dawn.
No way you're doing this shit again.
Whatever, blah, blah.
I absolutely love the idea that this guy's just permanently in this elevator, living in it. Like he's in a Mr. Beast challenge or something. And eventually, as people keep coming and going out of this elevator, he just becomes a regular part of their life. You know, he's talking about any type of movie he wants. And then, you know, the people say hi, say bye to him. Like it's just a regular occurrence. I've got one more clip to show you that is wholesome off the charts. It makes your heart grow 2 sizes. No! 3 sizes!
Minecarts, actually. And the minecarts, you know, they have the redstone powered rails. They're kind of going boom, whatever. At a certain point, though, the powered rails stop. Right, thank you. You can demonstrate. Your hand can be the power. Okay, power rail. Boom, and then it stops. It stops. Oh no! And this is in the creeper farm. Oh man. Right. So now they have to push it. They have to push the. They have to push the minecart manually. While the piglins are over here, and while the creepers are all around, and it's going and then last minute, boom, it hits the rail, and it hits the powered rail, and then boom, like it makes it to the thing, and that's it, and then they escape, and the creepers kind of explode on the piglins, and that's like boom, okay, they made it, that's it, cool.
Again, man, I don't know what type of steel this balls dudes are made of. His balls got hella dudes. What can I say, man? I don't know what steel this type. Oh my god, I can't even say that. I tried to say it, I can't even say it. I don't know what steel this balls... Oh my god, am I having a stroke? Is this what it's like? I don't know what I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop trying. I am curious to see how far this channel's gonna go though, because I feel like this is one of those channels that will eventually blow up, and as he gets better at hosting his podcast and gets more comfortable in front of the camera, the content is only going to exceed from there. And of course, as he gets more comfortable with editing and everything, it's only going to get better. So take my advice as like a financial stockbroker, okay? We're insider trading right now. Check out that channel, see if you like it, because he's got some good stuff. You know, I wouldn't only stop at investing money here, I would invest my firstborn and maybe wife into this too. Anyway, I just wanted to share this super goofy channel with you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll check out the channel because it's super awesome. And I'll see you guys later. Oh yeah, should I mention the new setup for like 3 weeks? I'm here for 3 weeks. I got kidnapped, I don't know. Held at gunpoint. Anyway, see you guys.